Hi there, Tanya here from Find Your English Voice. And today we're going to be talking about deliberately trying to use slightly more risky or unsafe vocabulary from the point of view of you're not exactly sure if that you know it or that you use it regularly, and what taking those risks can do for your English. Have you ever had a more precise word sitting there in your mind, and then maybe you chose a safer, simpler one instead, just to avoid the risk of getting wrong? I think a lot of us have done that, including me when I've been trying to speak a second language. And sometimes we do this even without noticing, our brain choosing the easier option for us. So today I would like to offer a challenge to deliberately do the opposite. This is the risky sentence challenge. And this, I think, is one of the fastest ways in which you can grow and try to broaden out your English and the words that you use. Choosing a safe word can often feel sensible in the moment because it avoids things like awkward pauses, it avoids the possibility of making a mistake, and it keeps the sentence moving, which always feels good, keeping the flow of the conversation going. But over time, if that is what you do most of the time, it means that you're really only practicing the language that you've already mastered, instead of actually, maybe starting to use things that are slightly newer. So growth happens at the edge of what you can already comfortably do, not in the middle of it. So really, you're going to challenge and improve your language by challenging your comfort zone, moving up past your comfort zone. If every sentence you speak stays safely inside of your comfort zone, your English on the whole stays pretty much where it is. So if you're looking for growth and change, this is where you will find it. So here is the challenge. Once a day, in a low stakes moment, so, situations where it doesn't seem so important, if you did make a mistake, choose a more ambitious word over the safe one that you would usually use, even if you're not 100% sure that if it's correct. For example, instead of good, you could try impressive or thorough, depending on the context. Instead of a problem, you might choose a bottleneck, or maybe a sticking point. There are plenty of idioms and collocations and phrases that you could use, especially in business English. If it comes out wrong, you now know where that gap is, which is far more useful than never finding out in the first place. You've taken a risk, but it has shown you something. You've learned something from it. The word low stakes here, this isn't talking about that taking a risk with your most important client meeting of the year. It is about building the habit somewhere where it's safe to get it slightly wrong. A team catch up, maybe a casual conversation, a message to a colleague that you trust, so that the habit of reaching for the accurate word is almost there when the stakes are also higher in that kind of situation. So precision is built in exactly these small, repeated, slightly risky moments, nowhere else. And you can gradually increase the amount of times that you're going to do this, and slightly change the environment in which you're going to do it. You could gradually choose slightly higher risk environments as taking risks becomes more comfortable. Okay, so tell me how you got on in the comments. I'm always really curious to know. And then if you would like to head over to FindYourEnglishVoice.co.uk, you can contact me if you have any questions. There's also a free guide there, if you would like to download that to use in some of the riskier moments. So take very good care of yourselves. Have a good week, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.